We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. Davide, is there anything we should be looking for in today's race? The teams are all very competitive at the moment, so are we about to witness a push from anyone in particular?
Hi Alex, the team will have been studying everyone else out there very carefully, so I think we are in for a very interesting event today. I can't wait to see how this race unfolds.
So here we are then, ready on the grid for the F2 sprint race here from the Italian Grand Prix. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Obviously, if you missed out on yesterday's feature race, I would definitely recommend going back and checking it out as well. Championship permutations, if we win this, we've got a very big chance of walking into the final 2 rounds of this season with it all wrapped up. Guan Yu Zhou is 77 points behind us. He starts 21st on the grid. Artem Markelov, 76 points behind us, starts P13 on the grid there. Matsushita, 85 points behind us, starts down the order as well, I think in P20. So our 3 closest rivals start behind us in this one and nowhere near the points ready for this sprint race here. The only guys that can really stop us now are our teammate Schwartzman, who I think is 93 behind us as well. So, you know, there is a very strong possibility, if we can beat Schwartzman here today as well, that we could leave Monza as the F2 champion. You know, we've been very quick, very consistent over the course of this season. And we haven't taken too many wins, but we've pretty much always been in the points, except for that one weekend back in Zandvoort here. 11 laps, though, to finish off the weekend. I just want to jump right into it. We had a brilliant race yesterday. Make sure you go back and check that out if you did miss it. But for now, we're diving in to the sprint race here from Monza. Going to be plenty of action. PK on pole ahead of Schwartzman, Samaya, Aitken and myself. 5 red lights. And it is lights out. And away we don't really get going there as we don't get a good start. Lundgaard and Armstrong straight past us as we head down towards turn 1. We'll try and cover our Calamai lot. Not quite able to do anything there though. As we head down in towards the first corner. Having a look around the outside of Ilot. Hopefully we won't lose the place to the Englishman there. As we do get a good run. Oh, a little bit of contact actually. Not quite what I wanted to do with our fellow Ferrari Academy driver, but as we head through Curva Grande for the first time here, it looks like we might have dropped 3 places off the start. I'm hoping it's only going to be 2 to both of the ART cars. We had a brilliant sprint feature race even out yesterday, I should say. And yeah, we have moved back past Calamilot then as we head down in towards Sector 2 there. So a not shocking start. Again, I said in yesterday's video, but for those of you that sort of always moan about how I can't get good starts, I'm on a wheel. The F2 cars just don't start on a wheel. It's just not how it works, unfortunately, at the end of the day. You just get no feel with the back of the car there. But an okay start in this one. Pedro Piquet looks like he's trying to make a breakaway at the start of this one. You know, Brazilians in sprint races, name a more iconic duo in this Mick Schumacher career mode. But yeah, Schwartzman's still P2, Samaya's still P3, but looks fit to have Aitken, Armstrong, Lundgaard, myself and Ilot rounding out your points so far. Down in towards the final corner of lap 2, and I think Pedro Piquet's best form of defence is attack in this race there. He's really trying to break away from our teammate Schwartzman here, who I didn't have good pace yesterday once we made the switch to the mediums there, as we got yellow flags behind us once again. Oh, trying to get a run on Lundgaard there, who has got issues. I think that's Matsushita perhaps towards the rear of the field. We might be falling to the wayside. Are we going to see another safety car? We do get past, oh no, it's Drogovic out of this race. At the same time, we make the move work on Christian Lundgaard there through the first corner. Around the outside we go, but no safety car this time around, so that's quite good for ourselves. Next up though, Armstrong. Getting on to lap 4. Are we going to do the same sort of move as we did to Lundgaard 1 lap ago on Marcus Armstrong? We've got the DRS now. As we head back down in towards first corner, PK still setting fast slaps though. At the moment, is up the inside. It does look like it's going to be a very similar move to the one we pulled off a lap ago. And again, we'll slam the door shut. And now we've dispatched of both ARTs. We managed to get past both Campos last time out in 1 lap. Whether we can do the same today is a very different question. I think Jack Aitken has just walked the 2 moves we've been able to pull off on the ART cars. I say that. I thought he was going to go defensive on us down in towards the first corner, but he's actually got enough top-end speed by the looks of it just to pull away there as all Jack Aitken moves across me in the braking zone there. We have to take evasive action to avoid running into his teammate, as there's no way we're going to be able to get the steering lock through there. So we rejoin the circuit, we're going to lose a handful of places, and we're pretty much back to where we were on lap 1. As Jack Aitken, yeah, just moved across it. We dipped a wheel on the grass, and we're back down to P8. Oh, big run on Carmine up there, as we're having to be brave again if we want to try and slice our way back up towards the front. I think, yeah, that's giving me the motivation that we definitely want to try and at least get back past Jack Aitken in this race. Ilott tries to keep the nose at the inside, but we're having absolutely none of it as we head through the final quarter there. A lot of understeer on the exit, but it doesn't completely ruin our run as we head on to lap 6, already halfway through this sprint race here. We're still down in 7th. We can see on the road there, I think that Schwartzman going defensive from Guilherme Samaya, things you weren't ever expected to hear in this championship, and Samaya's pulled the move off on our teammates, so it's now a Brazilian 1-2 there, as all that battling has already backed up the pack behind him here, so it looks like Aitken's having to go defensive. Well, no, Aitken's trying to look for a move there. It's like NASCAR in towards the final corner. 2 by 2 they go, as both ARTs just behind him. Can we get a good run out of the final turn there? Everyone's slowing each other up. We understeer wide, but we're 3 wide as we head out of the final corner here with our teammate and Christian Lundgaard there. We get barged over the white line, but we just about hold on to it. Schwartzman's going backwards. No idea what's wrong with our teammate at the moment, why he seems to have no pace on the medium tyres here, but up the inside, and it's a triple overtake down in towards the first corner there, and the man that could have stopped us from potentially wrapping up the World Championship this weekend is now back down to P7. Poor old Schwartzman. Again, I don't know if it's an issue with the car or what, but just no top end speed. On to lap 8 then. Now we've been gifted the opportunity to try and make a move work on Jack Aitken once more, but he's been carried along by his teammate Guilherme Samaya here. It's just the slipstream and the DRS really helps out everyone. Samaya might actually be under a bit of pressure as we head down in towards the first corner. Again, look at that moving under the braking. We'll try to use it to our advantage though. Jack Aitken gives us a big old squeeze through turn 2, but can we get the power down? I think we have just about there. A tiny bit of contact on the exit of the corner here as we're going to go side by side through Curva Grande. Look at instantly the gap it's given Samaya though just in front of us, as Lundgaard is just sat back watching this battle unfold as well. Up the inside we go. Should finally now be up into the podium places in this race there, as Piquet 6 seconds up the road. So again, it looks like it's going to be Pedro Piquet who's going to walk away with another sprint race victory here. That'll be, what, 3 wins in 3 weekends for him? If I'm not mistaken, Belgium last weekend in the sprint race, and then I think he won the Hungarian Grand Prix feature. So Pedro Piquet has been on an absolute tear in the second half of this World Championship. But yeah, we now need to try and get back in the slipstream with Samaya before the end of this race. 2 to go here from Monza. Look at the run on Guilherme Samaya as we head down in towards the final chicane there. It's not even going to be close as we head, down in towards Parabolica. Around the outside of one Brazilian, but I think with 2 laps, 5 seconds to the other is going to be a little bit difficult to overcome. And I've just realised as well, Piquet, another fastest lap though. He's been relentless with those towards the end of this race. A 1:30.7 though. Don't think he'll be beating that before the end of this one. I've completely messed up my maths, of course. It's not 44 points for a perfect weekend in Formula 2. I'd forgot about the fastest laps. So we can't actually become world champion today. We'll have to wait till next weekend. On to the final lap then here of the sprint race in this Italian Grand Prix there. And I think Samaya, it's all gone wrong for him right towards the end of this when he was on for a podium. Jack Aitken's got past him, Lundgaard's now got past him as well there, and I think he might be under pressure from Callum Ilott on the final lap of this Grand Prix. But once again, it's been a perfect race from Pedro Piquet. He pulled away the gap at the start, got a bit lucky as Schwartzman held up everyone behind as well there. And well, yeah, Piquet's never looked back. Once again, feels like deja vu from last weekend. But yeah, like I said though, a bit gutted that I've messed up the maths this weekend. So as we head down in towards the final corner, there won't be too much champagne after this race. We will have to wait until Russia next time out before we got a chance at the World Championship. But through the final corner we go. We're going to further extend our lead at the top. And it's P2 at the end of the sprint race. We'll take it.
Great work. Well done. We're really happy with the podium here.
So Charus have won it, and what a great race it was. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
I think they kept a cool head. That's why they won today. Smooth, steady, everything bad that happened to them, they handled it calmly and professionally. That's what let them focus on getting the best out everything else. The car, the strategy, they managed to keep out of trouble the whole way around.
Looks like they're on their way out onto the podium now, and what a result this is. And a popular one with the crowd as well. Great stuff to see the Charouz team on top here today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Mick Schumacher, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
My driver of the day is Mick Schumacher. With this team, Prema Power Team, they made the difference on the race strategy. Fantastic.
On to the teams then. Prema extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
Well, there we are then, guys. The end of the sprint race here from Monza. And it is Pedro Piquet, the Brazilian, who gets another win on the board. Is that win number 3 or 4 this championship? Whatever it is, I think Piquet now has more wins than me over the course of this season there. But we are the consistency king nonetheless. P2 at the end of the Grand Prix with another fastest lap bonus points as well. That gives us 14 when all is said and done there. Jack Aitken onto the podium for I think the first time this season as well. They're ahead of Lundgaard, Armstrong, Samaya, Sonoda and Callum Ilott rounding out your points finishes there. Jay Anderuvula and Luca Giotto just miss out on points there with Sato up into 11th there. Schwartzman though, 2nd to 12th. At the end of the day, I don't know what's wrong with him or the car, but they need to get that sorted as we head in towards the final couple of weekends of the World Championship there. You can see towards the rear of the field, though, our big rivals, Mazepin even, Matsushita, I meant, and Guan Yu Zhou, all obviously weren't able to get their cars into the points, which means championship-wise, 90 now the gap at the top, but still, Artem Markelov is P2 in this World Championship. It does, though, mean it is officially a 3-horse race now, again, if my maths hasn't failed me. 48 points a weekend, 96 points available with 2 weekends to go. We need 6 points next time out in the feature race from the Russian Grand Prix, and that still requires Artem Markelov to walk away with the race victory there, which I can't see happening anytime soon in this World Championship, but it's so close in that battle for P2 there. Artem Markelov, Guan Yu Zhou, Matsushita, Armstrong, Drogovic and Schwartzman now separated by just 17 points there from 2nd down to 7th as well. Christian Lundgaard and Sonoda tied on 81 as sort of like best of the rest, I guess you could dub it, with Pedro Piquet just 1 point behind him in 10th place. They're ahead now of Mazepin. Giotto still on 64 just behind his teammate, and you can see further down the order there Callum Ilott, who's had a really quiet season there ahead of Jay Anderuvula. Samaya up in the 15th ahead of Dan Tickton there. Sato on 47. Jack Aitken on 41 points there. Gets a big leap on Giuliano Alesi there. And then Sean Galea, Roy Nassani, and still just Louis Delatraz left to score. Teams-wise, we're not quite Constructors' Championship winners just yet, but hopefully that'll come next weekend there. MP Motorsport actually quite clear in P2 there. ART up into P3, though ahead of UNI Virtuosi and Race Lab there in P5. Carlin and High-Tech separated by just 4 points in the battle for P6. And you can see Campos, Charoux, Dams and Trident currently last overall in the Teams Championship nonetheless. There you can see, have a look quickly at the points for this weekend. It was actually, Christian Lundgaard who dominated this weekend overall there. 37 points to my 28 there. Armstrong on 21, Jack Aitken on 20, ahead of Pedro Piquet, Giotto, Samaya, Schwartzman, Sonoda and Ilott is, once again, only 10 cars able to score points. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and we will be back next weekend for what could be the championship decider. You guys do not want to miss it. We will be back very, very soon with the Russian GP. A big thank you to our channel members for making these videos possible. You can be featured in these end clips as well as granted access to some other exclusive perks for just £1 a month by clicking the join button below.